deep out into center field. Adele going back. He's at the wall looking up. It is gone. Up into the seats, and then it bounces back down into center field. Adolis Garcia with his 11th home run of the year. The Rangers are in double figures. It's 11-3.
That was your Texas Rangers taking care of business last night against the Anaheim Angels, or excuse me, the Los Angeles Angels. I keep forgetting that they change their name every 2 or 3 years for branding purposes. But you took 2 out of 4. I mean, you split the series with them, and Chop, at what point, I mean, this is the proverbial 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. Is this team, I'd like to think they're capable of going on a 7 or 8 game win streak, which they're going to have to do. Like, that's the only way this team is going to put itself in a position to make a playoff run, is you're going to have to win a 6, 7, 8 game heater.
Well, I mean, they scored 37 runs in the 4 games. It's a good start. In the 4 games, they outscored Anaheim 37-22.
He was busting, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was busting, man. He was. You know what that means, right?
Bussin'?
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, okay,
it's tasty. It's good.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
But are they still saying that, though?
Oh, yeah, my kids say it.
They still say, but I was going to say,
not as much.
It's kind of on the way out.
It's tapered off a little bit.
Okay.
But yeah, they're going to have to go, like Bash talked about last night, they're going to have to play 20 games over 500 the rest of the way.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's that high. It's probably more like 15. By the way, he's up in Texton. The Rangers got into their hotel at 6 a.m. in Houston.
Okay. He's already at
a late game, right?
Yeah.
The Angels always screw the Rangers. They never let the Rangers get out on getaway day. They never let them get out of town in an afternoon game. Just a way to stick it to them. So the Rangers need to reciprocate.
They absolutely do.
Right? When they're coming back here, the Rangers need to reciprocate. So they get home. They get out of the game. It's 40 minutes to the airport.
Yeah.
From Anaheim.
Okay.
I don't know what airport they use. I don't know if they used John Wayne Airport or LA. I have no idea.
Okay.
40 minutes, 3+ hour flight, and then another 30 minutes to the hotel.
Ooh. Time zone changed as well.
Yeah.
2 hour difference.
2 hour difference.
Mm-hmm.
So, it should be 4 a.m. But it's 6 a.m. Guys are getting to bed at 6 a.m. They had a game tonight.
Yeah.
Big one.
Huge game.
I mean,
it's a huge series.
Huge 3-game series.
It really is.
So that sucks. It sucks, but the division. Forget the division. The division's probably out of reach. You're 9.5, 10 games back.
Yeah.
So you're focused on the wild card, and I don't know that they have to play 20 games over 500 the rest of the way to win the wild card or win a wild card spot, but they need to play at probably at least 14.
I would say 10 to 15. I'm with you on that. I mean, right now they're 3.5 games out of the wild card spot. You've got a Boston Red Sox team that you beat in the very beginning part of the year. They've won 7 straight. To your point, you finally the bats have finally started to come alive. Now that being said, they're coming alive, but at the same time they're doing so. See, I think these numbers are kind of misleading in a way with these monster numbers, because the problem is you're putting up these crooked numbers, all right, in games where, all right, you're winning, 18-1, 11-4, whatever it is. But then the night before, you go 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position, and you're up 3 different times, and then unfortunately your relievers spit the bit, right? So you've got this weird dynamic going on where, because you lost so many 1-run games early on in the year, 2-1, 3-2, and that sort of thing, that have come to kind of bite you in the rear, because you don't think that those April and May games mean much.
No.
But you need that little bit of a cushion, right? Because then it comes into play in your Julys and your August, when you need those games where, all right, yeah, your bats came alive, but then all of a sudden, your relievers give up 3, 4, 5 runs.
Yeah, they need to find a way to get about 38 to 42 wins the rest of the way. They got 70 games left. You go 40 and 30.
Okay.
Or 40 and 28, whatever it is, right?
Okay, think about this. All right. So I spent 10 years as a newspaper reporter.
Whoa.
That's how old I am.
Wow.
Okay, newspapers.
They still make
God,
those?
yeah.
Newspapers, folks. Okay, newspapers.
What is a period?
Exactly. Okay. Well, it depends on who you ask. I would ask you guys. Do you remember? And this is, and I'm a big reference stat head nerd in these ways. Take a guess if I gave you because you figure the second half of the season, right, is after the All-Star break.
Yeah, it is.
Let's just say you got 55, 60 games left.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The 2023 team that won a World Series. What do you think their record was out of 55 games? What do you think their record was in the second half of the year?
Weren't they like just right at 500?
Okay. Give me just spitball.
Out of 55 games?
Out of 55 games.
20, I can't do math, 27, 28 and 27.
There you go. I love that. Peyton?
Is that right? Is that
Hold on.
No, I'll go 25 and 20.
25 and 30? Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. 30 and 25 is what that team went. Now, I shared this little nugget with our boy Pepe before the show started. Did you know 35 and 20? Because let's call it, because we're going on. We put everything in the scope of that 2023 team, and rightfully so, right? Because this is pretty much the same team.
Yeah.
This team went 35 and 20 the first 2 months of the 2023 season.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Since then, 176 and 183.
Yeah, they've been since that first 60 games they played that year, right?
This is a 500 baseball team.
They've been a 500 baseball team. Not even.
Okay. Not even, right?
Not even.
And so in the year that they won the World Series, they went 30 and 25 the second half of the season. Last year, 26 and 27 after the All-Star
and
break.
they haven't hit since the first 60 games.
Right.
Outside of the playoffs.
So
outside of the playoff run.
outside of the playoff, outside of that
hit.
first 35 games, outside of your first 50 games and outside of the playoffs,
They have not hit for 300 games.
no. Right? And so
Well,
the thing is, we're needing this team to do something that really they've only done twice in the last 3 seasons. Now, and you've worked with plenty of professional athletes, I've worked with my fair share.
Well,
the old adage is what? If you've done it before, you can do it again.
That's what they hang their hat on.
That's what they hang their hat on.
They hang their hat on. And that's why people constantly bring up, well, this is the same team that won a World Series. And it is. You start, the further you get away from it and the more that this is just a 500 team, you start to ask yourself, all right, was that a fluke? Athletes don't think like that.
No.
Athletes don't work and operate in fluke. They operate in, well, we did it.
Yeah.
We're just underachieving. That's how they get to that level, because you have to have that mentality. If you don't have that mentality, then you'll completely fail at it.
Right.
And that's why we're losers, and I'm fine with that. I come from a long line of losers.
Well, I'm not ready to throw the baby out with the bathwater just yet. You've got a Jacob deGrom who's playing, basically playing up to the contract that you signed him to. All right.
Sure.
Evo is let's call it what it is. Evo, even though is he 6-3 on the season, should really, for all intents and purposes, be probably 9-1, 10-2, somewhere in there. Considering if he'd gotten some actual run support in the first 2 months of the season, okay, and he missed that month with the elbow thing, but at the very least, should definitely have 2 or 3 more wins than what he's got. Okay, now what I concern myself with is, can you get. Can the Simeons of the world, can the Adolises of the world, although Simeon's starting to hit a lot better. I think he's batting 350 in his last 35 games or something.
He's had some really good at-bats. Last night, he was able to kind of fend off some breaking balls, get singles on him on tough pitches that when you're going bad, you're way out in front.
Yeah.
Best thing you're doing is you're fouling that off pull side. He's done much better. And you got to, Adolis is the one that's got to really start to crush.
Adolis has to do it. I think Jonah Heim. You need that bottom of the order. And of course, Corey Seager, which I've been a big proponent of. Let's move him to first base or DH. Get him out of that shortstop role. Because at the end of the day, his bat is far more important than his glove at this stage of his career and for what he means to this baseball
Adolis?
team. No, Corey Seager.
Yeah, because Adolis' glove, oh
no, that's what's kept him here. Let's call it what it is. If Homeboy didn't have that glove in right field, he'd have been DFA'd a long time ago.
Yeah, last night he did that. Last night he hosed a guy going, trying to score.
Oh, he's a freak in right field. Yeah. Okay. Do you worry though that for a guy that's his whole thing is based on emotion, right? Like that's the thing about a guy like an Adolis is that he's such an emotionally driven guy. Can he get back to where he was? And we just need it for the next 3 months. Look, after this, hey, if you can get if this guy can go on a run, great. But you need it for 3 more months. Is he capable of doing it? Especially when emotion's his whole shtick.
If his emotion's his shtick, then
I worry about that.
One hot streak.
That's all it need.
That's really all it is.
One hot.
Because he had that game tying home run a couple of weeks, about a week ago, right?
Yeah. Against the Orioles.
Yeah. That's what it is.
I was okay with the flex at the plate. And then, of course, you're...
Yeah, I didn't have a problem.
No.
I don't get the I don't get the old man.
Well, I was going to say that's the baseball thing, right? They get all mad when stuff like that happens.